All right, we're in Canyonlands today. The kids and I did get in an 11-mile hike. We hiked from Elephant Hill to Joint Trail. We did that loop. I didn't do a review of the hike at that trailhead when we returned. We were pretty tired because we were hiking for 6 hours. But here in the campground, there's a trailhead for Squaw Flat Trailhead, and this ties in to Elephant Hill. It just adds, I think, 4 miles. It's 2 miles from here to Elephant Hill, and then from Elephant Hill, you do that whatever loop you want to do. The other option is that you drive, and as you're going out of Loop B in the Needles Campground, you hang a left and you go down the road to Elephant Hill. But it's a two-wheel drive road, but it's a dirt road, and sometimes it's closed because if it's raining or whatever, there are about 3 or 4 washes that you have to go through, and they'll flash flood. So anyway, I thought I'd come over here to this trailhead and show you what we did. So here, we're here. This is the road, and you can drive all the way down here to Elephant Hill. When you leave Elephant Hill, you hike in 1.5 miles, and then there's a trail junction, and then you just go take a right, and you go over 0.6, 0.6, 0.2, so 1.4 miles. And when you hit that point, you're at the, they call it the, let me see, let me tell you what it is right here. See if they have the word here. Blah, blah, blah. No, they don't have it. Anyway, it's like this huge meadow, inside this circle right here. Inside this circle right here, this is a huge meadow. So when you're at this point, you've achieved what a lot of people go to do. However, that's extremely, lame. I mean, it's pretty cool getting up to that point, but then you're at this meadow, and it's like you're in these rock formations. Why would you want to go to a meadow? So what they recommend in the ranger station is to walk this circle counterclockwise, so you don't miss any of the trailheads and get, wander off out here into the wilderness. So that's what we did. So we got here, we hiked this. Right here, the trail joins a 4x4 road, and you actually walk down the 4x4 road. And at the end of that is a cul-de-sac, and in that cul-de-sac there's a vault toilet and some picnic tables. So that's really cool if you have need of that, because you're pretty far out at that point. And then once you join back on the trail, what they've got labeled Joint Trail, you're going to walk about half a mile, and then you're going to get into that slot that you see the videos. The camera, this phone sucks, and I wish I could get better recording equipment, and hopefully someday we'll be able to do that, but we're just using this crappy Motorola phone. The phone, when I was watching the videos, it didn't do it justice, so I apologize for that, but I'm still going to put them up. That's where that slot is. So if you're doing the full hike like we did, the full 11-mile hike, or 13 if you're coming from here, or 4, I guess it would be 15 if you're adding 4 miles. Anyway, if you're doing the full hike, either way, they recommend doing it counterclockwise so you don't miss any trail junctions. But if you just want to go, if you can drive, and then this is what they don't tell you, and this is the most epic part of the hike. So what I would recommend after doing this is drive down Big Elephant Road, park at Big Elephant Hill Trailhead. Do the same, start the hike the same way, hike up, and hike over to that meadow, and instead of going counterclockwise, like the rangers suggest, if all you want to do is just get in a short day hike, then go clockwise. And then you're just going to walk through that meadow about 1.5 miles, and then you're going to hit that slot canyon without having to go through all of those rock formations, all that up and down, all that rock scrambling. And then you'll just go through that slot canyon, and then you can walk back out, and then you're back up on that meadow, and then you just come back. So basically an out and back versus doing that whole circle. So they should tell you that, the ranger should tell you that, because that's the most epic part of the hike. The whole hike is really cool. Lots of climbing, lots of rock scrambling, lots of slip rock, You know, there's lots of elevation changes. I mean, you're down in canyons, you're up, you're crossing creeks. It's amazing. But a lot of people can't handle that. And a lot of people, you know, of course, okay, so here we are. We're at the Squaw Flat. So if you go from the campground, you're going to add 4 miles to your hike. Try to drive to Elephant Hill. Start from there. And then if you can't do the full 11-mile loop, just go the other way and hit that slot canyon and come back out. But a lot of people overestimate their capacity. That's something I've noticed. I've been seeing that on this trip this whole time. It's crazy. I know the number 14 or 11 or 7, they all sound like very small numbers. But when you're walking, man, if you don't have the stamina and your knees are not ready and your feet are not ready and you don't have the right kind of shoes, you're in for it, buddy. So do the epic trails, but you know, take the advice of people who have been doing this for a while and have some experience. So all right, so if you come to Canyonlands, that's how you do it.